In the shadows of power, beneath the polished floors of global diplomacy, an invisible war is raging. Not with bombs, not with tanks, but with code, circuits, and silicon. Welcome to the Silicon Wars, where a single semiconductor chip can determine the rise or fall of empires, and the United States, it just lit the match. Every war has a weapon. In the 20th century, it was the atomic bomb. In the 21st century, it's the microchip. These microscopic slices of silicon control your phone, your car, your bank, your brain. They power artificial intelligence, guide missiles, and listen when you think you're alone. In a world obsessed with data and speed, whoever controls the chip controls the future. And for decades, that controller was America. Designs, American. Tools, American. Patents, American. But then came China. In the span of a decade, China turned from a tech consumer to a tech superpower. Huawei was building 5G faster than anyone. Tencent, Alibaba, and ByteDance were scaling innovation at warp speed. China's AI was closing the gap. Its quantum dreams were accelerating. Washington panicked. This wasn't competition, it was an invasion. So the US struck first, not with missiles but with microchip sanctions, and the battlefield changed forever. It began with Huawei, banned, blacklisted, crippled. Then came wave after wave of restrictions. China's access to advanced chips was slashed, tools to manufacture them, cut off. American allies were pressured into compliance. No country could sell to China if their products used any trace of American technology. This wasn't just economic warfare. This was digital embargo, a 21st century siege. The message was clear. Rise too fast, and we'll unplug your future. But America had miscalculated. It thought China would fold. Instead, China fought back. Billions of dollars were poured into domestic chip production. Engineers were summoned, students were trained. The state shifted into wartime innovation mode. And then it happened. In 2023, Huawei released a phone using a 7-nanometer chip, built with Chinese tools. No ASML, no American tech. Washington's jaws dropped. How? Because when a superpower is cornered, it doesn't surrender. It transforms. But this isn't just a US-China war, this is global. South Korea is torn. Samsung is a tech king, but Washington demands loyalty. Beijing hints at consequences. Taiwan, home of TSMC, is now the most dangerous place on Earth, targeted by China, guarded by America. The Netherlands was forced to block ASML exports to China. Their prized machines now sit unused. Japan joined the US, but watches nervously as its chip exports shrink. India, Vietnam, the Gulf states, they see opportunity in the chaos, bidding to become the next chip kingdom. Washington's strategy: divide, isolate, dominate. But the world doesn't want a tech dictator, it wants freedom. And now, countries are silently rebelling. The United States was trying to protect its lead, but the harder it squeezed, the more the world slipped through its fingers. The EU launched the CHIPS Act, 43 billion euros to become a semiconductor superpower. India offered billions in subsidies to lure fabs from the West. China is building a rival chip architecture free of American code. Even Middle Eastern oil states are joining the digital gold rush, building fabs in the desert. This is no longer containment. This is colonization resistance. The world has seen the future, and it won't be made in America alone. The irony? While the United States sanctions others, its own chip dreams are stalling. Building fabs in Arizona is slow, expensive, and political. Engineers are scarce, permits delayed, budgets balloon. Meanwhile, Samsung in Korea, TSMC in Taiwan, and SMIC in China are moving at light speed. The risk? America may win the sanctions battle and lose the innovation war. Because hegemony built on punishment is inherently fragile. And the cracks? They're spreading. Other nations are watching and learning. They see that American tech power doesn't come with leadership. It comes with leverage, threats, blacklists. They ask, if Huawei today, who tomorrow? If China can be cut off, why not us? So they're de-risking, decoupling, defying. New alliances are forming, new chip alliances, new software blocks, new currencies, new trade corridors. The post-American digital world is being born, not with a bang, but with code. The US wanted to keep the lead, but by turning chips into weapons, it forced the world to choose. And guess what? The world doesn't want another Cold War. It wants options. It wants balance. It wants a future not dictated by DC or Beijing, but built on neutral ground. And as more countries join this rebellion, one thing becomes clear. The US didn't just challenge China, it challenged the world. In this war, every nanometer matters. Each breakthrough, each line of code, each policy becomes a weapon. This is not just a tech race. It's the battle to define what kind of world we want to live in. One where power flows through a single gatekeeper, or one where technology is open, fair, and shared. The future is being written now, not in ink, not in treaties, but in silicon. And in this new world order, the empire that controls chips may no longer control everything else. The chip war is just beginning, and this time everyone is in it. If this story opened your eyes, if you believe the future shouldn't be decided by a handful of powerful nations, if you want to stay ahead of the next big shift in the global tech war, then hit that like button. It tells the algorithm this is a message that matters. And subscribe, because this channel isn't just reporting the news. We're decoding the hidden battles shaping your future. The world is changing. Don't get left behind.